Do you little monster maggot? He's in this National Geographic piece about, I don't usually deal with my enemies right away. I get them later. Yeah, you creep up on with a poison injection, dressed up in a lab coat, you little Joseph Mengele, Nuremberg Code violating monster. You damn monster. See our little cancer proteins like that. Nobel Prize winning for humans. 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 What, 2005? Nobel Prize winning for humans. Oh, Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. He went and drank the horse paste. He's stupid. I bet he got it from Alex Jones. They're both so dumb. They're both going to be dead. Yeah, that's why Joe's worth like $300 million. Yeah, he's real stupid. That's why he lives in a $60 million house on the river. You leftists taking all the shots and dying are the dumbasses. He's the one that headlines with Dave Chappelle. Not you. You're stupid. And I sure wish you'd wake up. But you sit there calling me stupid, an independent media person that built the biggest independent media operation in the world, that changed the whole paradigm of my badass listeners, and you sit around and laugh at us? Medical doctors gave that to me. It is incredible. It helped my family. It helped me. It helped everybody. And it's approved for humans for all sorts of viral stuff. But that murderer Fauci doesn't want you to know because he wants the planet for himself and he wants you dead. Well, guess what, Fauci? We ain't rolling over and dying so easily, you little murdering man.
The president supports abortion and his own Catholic faith teaches abortion as a moral evil.
He believes that it's a woman's right, it's a woman's body, and it's her choice.
Who does he believe then should look after the unborn child?
He believes that it's up to a woman to make those decisions, and up to a woman to make those decisions with her doctor. I know you've never faced those choices, nor have you ever been pregnant, but for women out there who have faced those choices, this is an incredibly difficult thing. The president believes their right should be respected. Go ahead. I think we've got to move on. I think we have to move on. You've had plenty of time today. Go ahead. Of course we're worried. Of course we're worried that other states where there is...
Morons. It seems like they're everywhere you turn. Every single day they invade the headlines. Another half-wit criminal with a half-baked scheme. Another social media simpleton going viral. Another Florida man stretching the bounds of stupidity, or another pack of SJWs throwing a temper tantrum. And that's not even the worst of it. From the empty talking heads on the cable news channels, to the humorless hacks in Hollywood, to the pea-brain politicians pulling the puppet strings, everywhere you look, there's another idiot telling you how to live your life.
Moron Joe, the man without a brain.
I'll have to just circle back.
At this point, we don't need to watch anything that Biden does to make fun of him.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
the dude, basically, he doesn't even speak. He just talks Simlish.
Simlish?
Yeah, like...
Will you shut up, man? I took a trip up there to the North Pole. I went there, and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why all the trannies kept getting the HIV, so I had to put a dress and a wig on and go back to my favorite gay bars and bathhouses. But this time I wore my triple mask on account of the COVID.
I'll slap you in the face and I say, I demand satisfaction, you son of a bitch.
Did you know that an average adult man has 144 pounds of edible meat on his body?
What the shit?
Oh, it is just groovy, man. I'm telling you, the vibes are immaculate.
Well, Jay and Anissa have had enough. Armed with clever satire, madcap humor, and the craziest cast of characters in podcasting, they're lining up and taking aim at the world of stupidity every single week. Because it is time to go to war. The War on Morons.
It is Tuesday, September 7th, 2021, and this is episode 97 of The War on Morons. I'm Jay.
And I'm Anissa, and welcome to the show where we act like smartasses and laugh at dumbasses.
Yes, and first up, I know we've got plugs, but we'll get to that later because we've got to talk about this.
Okay.
Texas has cracked the code.
Yes, they have.
They are leading the way once again. I've heard from the traffic reports that I-40 West is clogged appropriately like a Los Angeles freeway at rush hour. There's millions of Californians that are evacuating the Lone Star State.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, I mean, you might even be able to buy real estate in Austin again.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, hoes mad. I'll tell you what. Is that hoes mad? I'll tell you what.
I don't think, Hank Hill would be saying hoes mad.
He'd be saying hoes mad now because the hoes are mad. They, of course, they're talking about the new. I think it's called the heartbeat law. It's not even really a law. Like they're acting like Texas banned abortion. What they did is they made. It's really kind of a fucked up law. I love it. They made it so if everybody's basically like Dog the Bounty Hunter. Mm-hmm. If they find out that there's a doctor that's performing abortions, they can bounty hunt him. But
okay, that is a little fucked up.
That sounds like they can kill him.
Yeah.
They can't kill him, but I guess you could sue him. So, you could sue the doctor. You don't do anything to the woman that's getting the abortion. But if you catch somebody that's doing abortions or that's, transporting people to go to these doctors or whatever in Texas, you're deputized. You could sue them for $10,000 and you'll win. So...
I mean, sounds like you're going to have to pay a lot more if you want an abortion in Texas.
I mean, all I know
$10,000 minimum.
Yeah, $10,000 per, time that you murder a child, and they are losing their minds. Like, people that aren't even in Texas, but apparently were planning on, I guess, fleeing their, West Coast shithole to go to Texas. So, I saw something on the news the other day where Oregon is, refusing to trade with Texas, and California is not letting people fly there or something.
I love it. I mean, honestly, I'm sad that Texas thought of it first, because Tennessee and Florida better catch up quickly, or else they're all going to divert themselves here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care what the law is. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big fan of abortion, but what I like is that it's pissing the right people off, making them freak out, making them fucking leave. I saw at a press conference, Jen Psaki. We've been trying to break this woman for, 8 months now, and she's just, I gotta give her credit. All she does is lie.
Right.
She works for a man that should be wearing a fucking adult diaper.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, and she spins everything with a straight face. Insane. Inept. Just terrible decision after terrible decision from this administration, and she goes out there and she's just he strands 10,000 Americans to die in Afghanistan. She's just oh, there's no Americans in Afghanistan. Next question. What else has this moron done? I mean,
there's too many items to count, but for once, the stone-faced circle-back queen who, managed to perform, really the role of a lifetime. This was the act of someone who nothing could faze her. There was absolutely nothing egregious enough, nothing shameful enough, nothing fucked up or stupid enough.
She'll cover for anything.
To really shake her. But we finally found the one goddamn thing, and that's their own hypocrisy.
Yeah, so some reporter, it's probably Ducey, I don't know, but they ask her, hey, how can Biden be Catholic? Because he's always talking about how he's Catholic, and I go to church, my son Bo, Catholic. So, how can Biden be Catholic, and how can he be pro-abortion and think that life doesn't start at conception, which is a Catholic doctrine?
Yeah, the two things do seem to contradict each other.
Well, she couldn't handle that. Normally she'd just be oh, well, he's Catholic and it's okay. Next question. But she started ranting. She lost her cool. She's like, you are a man. You don't understand. You've never been in those shoes. You've never been pregnant.
It was really fucked up of her to say, to be honest. She assumed that guy's gender.
Yeah,
and she told him that he couldn't get pregnant. Since when does your genitalia have to determine that?
That would have been the perfect response for him to just be Jen, what makes, is that the White House's official position that men can't get impregnated and give birth?
Side note, you didn't use my preferred pronouns.
Which is fuck you. No, there was an easy answer right there. I would have just been if I was Jen Psaki and if I was in her shoes, and honestly, I couldn't handle her shoes, I mean, I couldn't lie as well as she does. Best liar in the world.
Absolutely.
But I would just be like, oh no, Joe Biden, he's Cafeteria Catholic. Next question. What do you mean Cafeteria Catholic? Well, yeah, I mean, he keeps the rosary beads, he keeps the pedophilia, he throws out everything else.
There you go.
See you at Easter Mass. Don't forget a coat hanger.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying. And, honestly, the whole thing is a little bit weird to me. I mean, I understand kind of the pro-choice argument. I understand the pro-life argument. It's a tough issue, okay? I get it. But at the same time, it's like, these people are literally moving out of a state they just moved to.
Mm-hmm.
And
they left because, it's the same argument.
How the hell are you going to move out of state for abortion rights? I mean, how many abortions are you having? Birth control is practically free.
And now they're realizing, boy, maybe I need to be a little more responsible in life. Even I can't just kill the life that's inside of me anytime it's...
You mean I can't just let every guy I find at a gas station dump a load inside of me and call it a day?
Oh, well, we'd always kill it. I mean, but what I love about this is... That's a weird word, but what I love about this is the fact that it's so ironic, because the same people who've spent the better part of the year now basically convincing the courts and convincing the court of public opinion to throw out the my body, my choice argument.
Right.
Because the same people that are obsessed with abortion to the point that they have completely lost their minds over 1 out of 50 states putting in some protections there, they're the ones that think that the state can just show up in your house and jam a needle into your arm full of whatever toxic substances
and you have
they
no
can
say
concoct.
about it.
No say. No.
But I do love that they're finally getting the message. For the longest time they've been saying, my state, my choice. I can move to any state I want, and I can turn it into the democratic hellhole that I wish to live in.
Right.
Finally, Texas is saying, oh no, bitch. Our state, our choice.
Yeah, and that's not the only thing,
out.
too. I mean, the abortion thing is getting the most coverage, but they did, they basically made it so you don't have to have any kind of a restriction for concealing, a firearm. They did a bunch of, voting integrity law. I mean, they basically did everything that would piss off your typical Californian all at once. And, I mean, I'm loving it.
Brilliant strategy, Texas.
But, meanwhile, speaking of the, the vaccine hypocrisy, did you see that Pfizer now, I mean, it's not
you
only...
You have to call them Pfizer?
What are they?
Pfizer,
Pfizer, I don't know, fuck them, whatever.
Yeah, our show is called The War on Morons.
And it doesn't matter what their name is. Pull that one out again.
Okay.
So, whatever they're called, they are not stopping at 1 shot, they're not stopping at 2 shots. Of course, now they're rolling out boosters. I saw Israel's already talking about doing a 4th shot. But they're not stopping with the needles. They're now coming out with a twice-a-day pill that you have to take alongside the vaccines.
Well, that
COVID.
makes perfect sense because, really, if you think about it, having to get a vaccine twice a day would be invasive.
Yeah, so just pop a pill. God knows what's in that.
So this is a great solution.
Yeah, and meanwhile, all the talking heads, even the fucking FDA, they're telling everybody don't take ivermectin. And this is probably, I guess we'll get our plugs out of the way now. Thanks for watching us. You're watching us on Gab TV. You're listening on Hami Media Group. You might be watching on YouTube. Just for us talking about this, it's probably the last time.
Yep.
We've been on the ropes with YouTube for a while, but we got to talk about the ivermectin thing because that's the other big story this week. So, of course, the FDA was the first to do it. They put out that tweet where they're like, "Listen up, y'all! You're not a horse. You're not a cow. Stop taking ivermectin, you stupid yokels."
Man, wait till they find out about all the other drugs that work and are safe, but are actually also toxic. I mean, chemotherapy actually isn't good for you, but it's great at killing cancer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even think ivermectin, I mean, it's not like it's only for animals. Sure, people might be going to a food supply store and buying it in the quantities and the packaging for horses and cows because you've waged war against it. Only in America, by the way. There's a bunch of countries in Africa that are regularly giving ivermectin out to their citizens, and their COVID rates are low. Japan has recently been like, look, we got to pause these shots. There's some issues with them, but we're going to be giving out ivermectin. India did it.
So wait, hold on. I'm having trouble understanding here. I thought that they were telling the public it's not safe to take ivermectin. Are they saying that because they're saying ivermectin isn't safe, or they're saying it's not safe because it's also given to animals?
They weren't even, they were leaving out the also. They were basically trying to make people think, oh, this is only, this is a horse drug. Are you crazy? Like, we've got Rachel Maddow going on TV making fun of people. Like, can you believe people are taking this horse medicine? These dumb Southerners, they're all gonna die. Rolling Stone is the biggest culprit. They put out an entire article. They were claiming that everybody in Oklahoma is going to feed stores, buying this dangerous horse injectable, and they're taking it, and they're all getting so sick that the hospitals are over capacity. They ran with this article. They said that they can't even treat gunshot wound victims because there's so many of these dumb hicks in the hospitals dying of ivermectin poisoning.
And I have to say, this has been one of my favorite developments so far of the whole pandemic. At the end of the day, when we first started out with this whole COVID thing, I think a lot of hospitals went along with the media rhetoric that, the hospitals were full, there weren't any beds. If you go to the ER, we won't even see you because we have too many people here. You'll be turned away. And it was nonsense, and we knew it was nonsense back then. But the hospitals were backing up the news on it because they were told to, or something.
A little payola, probably.
Probably, yeah. Now, with the ivermectin thing, especially with this fake Rolling Stone article, right away the hospital came out to the media and said, no, actually, that's not true. If you want to come to our hospital so we can actually generate revenue and not have to shut this shit down on site, you're more than welcome. You will not be turned away. Please come on down, because people nowadays these hospitals are paying the price for going along with this shit, and I love to see it. I mean, so many hospitals are closing down because people are fucking scared to go there.
Yeah, because you go to the hospital, you're scared they're going to shove a tube down your throat because you have a cold and kill you.
I mean, I'll be honest, you should have been scared to go to the hospital before. But now, people are really too scared to go.
Yeah, because that's a whole nother diversion there. But this ivermectin thing, it turned out it was 100% fake.
Yeah.
This doctor didn't even work at the hospital.
No.
There are no people in the hospital at Oklahoma that was in this Rolling Stone article that are suffering from ivermectin. And ivermectin, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know all the details, but I did see a doctor on Rogan the other day, and of course Rogan, he had COVID, he took ivermectin and some other stuff, and less than 2 days later, he tested negative, and he was like, yeah, no symptoms. So, direct quote, ivermectin is cheap, readily available, highly effective, and has been known as one of the safest drugs in history. It's been administered 4 billion times over the last 40 years to humans, and is listed by the WHO, our God, as an I added that. The World Health Organization praised them. But it's been listed by the WHO as an essential medicine safe for pregnant women and children.
It's crazy. People have really lost their common sense, and they think that they can convince us, I have too much to say on it, but at the end of the day, just remember this. If you can kill somebody with Visine because you put it in their drink instead of in their eyes...
Don't try that at home, kids.
I'm just saying, you could fuck up anything, okay? Yeah. If doctors prescribe it to you, follow their instructions, and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
How hard is it?
If only they were allowed to prescribe it to you in America. Because apparently, based on a lot of what we're seeing, is it might be effective, but apparently it's too cheap. And
God forbid we know how to beat the common cold.
God. But, either way, let's not listen to doctors. Let's listen to, as we always do, Alex Jones.
What?
Well, did you see the other day he went on his show, he was talking about this issue, and he just filled his whole table up with a bunch of ivermectin. He's like, yeah, I got a buddy that's a doctor. He hooked me up. I got a prescription right here. And he's putting it up to the camera. He's like, give me a doc cam. Look at this. And it's ivermectin, Alex Jones. You're like, all right, you think this is deadly? You think you can kill me, globalist? I'm not easy to kill. And he starts popping the ivermectin. And then he did it again the next day. But he was like, look, I got the kind for horses too. And I can prove that it's okay to take for humans. It's just the dosage It's different for a horse and a man. Well, I'm not as big as a horse, but I'm gonna take about a spoonful of this, maybe a little extra. They start sprinkling the pills on top of it. He's like, there's the humankind right there, down the hatch.
Oh, you know what? Honestly, I don't think it proves any goddamn thing, and I'll tell you exactly why. I think you could shoot Alex Jones with a shotgun at point range.
That's all you got, globalist.
At point blank range. And I think he could be dead as a doorknob. You turn on CNN or CNBC, and like the lightning from the sky will come down and revive him. I mean, like, I think he's driven by something else. I don't think he's alive at this point. I think something has inhabited his body.
It's the supplements.
It must be.
He always says they're essential.
They're essential.
If you don't have them, you'll die.
I mean, there you go, right there.
I mean, if you
he
take...
said it in plain, right in the air.
$50 vitamin D or whatever it is.
That's what we've been doing wrong all this time, folks.
I just love how he does those commercials. What is this? He's always like, look, I'm going to be straight with you. I ain't trying to fearmonger you. I'm just going to tell you the truth. If you don't take this vitamin C supplement, you will die. It's not fear-mongering if it's true. Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. We could go on, but before we do, and before we get to the stack, I do want to give a shout-out to the students all over America, college students.
What?
Very rare for us, I know, but I was watching college football over the weekend, and it was nice. It was refreshing. They didn't have any of this woke preaching or political crap during the show. It was just football. The stadiums were all packed. 70, 80,000, 90,000 people in these stadiums. And in multiple stadiums this weekend, the kids started "fuck Joe Biden" chants.
Well, I mean, they're a little old for Joe Biden to want to fuck them, to be honest.
They probably all voted for him, but I think that even they have had enough of this bullshit. So, like, it was just so great. Like, the stadiums are just rocking. I think the biggest one where this was, I want to say it was the Virginia Tech game. And they were just chanting, "Fuck Joe Biden!" The whole crowd.
Love to see it. I mean, at the end of the day, I get it. I mean, who would want to work under that cockadoodle dipshit? Okay? I mean, in the immortal words of Bugs Bunny, I mean, he's a real ta-ra-ra goondier, okay?
It's new. I mean,
he's a Yankee Doodle dumbass. In other words.
Got any more?
Yeah, I can come up with a few.
All right.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious fuckwit? I don't know.
See, I would have said supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Okay, well.
Because it's got the same cadence.
It's up to your signature style.
He's a hickory dickory cocksucker. All right, that might have been too pornographic. I don't know. Let's just move on.
Okay.
Craziest headline this week that we couldn't find room in the stack for.
Crazier than that line of insults?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was in New York City. Some people in New York just got busted raising an 80-pound cougar in their apartment. So this was in the Bronx somewhere.
Well, that makes a little more sense, I guess. Things get wild in the Bronx, but who the fuck wants to live with a cougar? I mean, those things are mean.
And the size of a New York apartment, I mean, I wouldn't even want to have a house cat. Because, you gotta imagine a cougar's litter box has to...
the aroma! How did they just get busted for this? How long has this been going on?
What do you think they did? Fill, the bathtub with sand?
When they had to throw their garbage down the chute, when you open the chute, does an aroma just hit you?
Oh my God.
I mean, what?
And how did it not maul these people? So, it was less than a year because the cougar's 11 months old.
That's right. It was almost a year.
Almost a year old. I don't know where they got it from, but it's now at the Bronx Zoo, which is probably a better place than somebody's fucking Bronx apartment. But yeah. A living, breathing cougar. They didn't realize it's not fit to live in an apartment. What I love is in this little video on it from ABC News, you can see the owner or whatever, and they're wearing their COVID face mask.
Oh, well, you don't want to die, but you live with a cougar, sir.
Yeah, safety first. Maybe they thought it would protect their home. I don't fucking know.
That is a pretty excellent anti-theft device, I'll be honest. If you break into someone's apartment and
it's like what's that TV show with Sal and those guys?
Impractical Jokers.
Yeah, like the Impractical Jokers movie. They had the scene where the guy went to a motel room and they had a tiger in there.
Yeah, he wanted to get the fuck out.
Yeah, he was shitting his pants, and this is a guy that does crazy things for a living.
Honestly, you know what? I think we could turn a corner here as a country. I think we could scare off all the contact tracers. I think we could put companies like ADT and Amazon and all these spying companies out of business. We don't need them. All we need to do is start breeding cougars and having them live in our homes.
I was going to say we could rebrand them. Like ADT could stand for a damn tiger. You got a damn tiger in your home. You're going to be... I mean, if it doesn't maul you, it'll probably maul the burglars.
That's right. That's right.
Anyway, that actually brings me to the video of the day. Speaking of cute and cuddly house pets, this isn't really a moron thing. I just thought it was funny.
Oh,
nice little...
although it's been pretty decent.
All right, so you can see it's a Canadian TV broadcast.
I can't really hear them, though.
We don't need to hear them. It's TV news. They're probably lying. It's the weather report. They're still probably lying. But that's besides the point, because if you watch this weatherman as he's doing his presentation, somebody is going to make a surprise appearance.
Oh!
Look at that little dog.
I mean, that is no tiger.
It's certainly not a giant cougar.
That is not going to scare off any burglar.
It's like a 20-pound dog, and it just shows up in the middle of his weather report and starts walking all over what I'm assuming is the green screen. Clearly, this weatherman is not working out of the studio.
Oh my God!
He is he's on quarantine, as they do in Canada. Still, I just hope it lifts its leg and starts pissing.
I'm waiting for it. I hope so. I hope so. Or humping his leg or something.
Yeah.
Something interesting. Shit.
Well, yeah, shit would be interesting too. So, it went on for the entire weather report. So yeah, thought that was cute. Thought it would be fun to watch.
All right, well, I'm sure it'll only go downhill from here. So,
it absolutely will. We have some fucked up stories this week, people.
Great.
So
enjoy that while it lasts.
Yes, and get ready, because if you want to join the show, which you might, give us a call. Hotline is 813-906-9099. Of course, you can also email us at thewaronmorons@gmail.com. You can find us on social media, or leave a comment down below in the chat. And if you really want to support the show, go to the online shop, get a t-shirt, bonfire.com, WOM podcast.
Hell yeah.
All right, so now, the Stack of Stupidity. Whew, that was a long intro.
It was a long intro.
All right, well, either way, we'll start the stack off today with some good old-fashioned left-wing Twitter mob stuff where they're going full woke-tard.
This better be good, because I feel like we cover a story like this at least once an episode.
I mean, we do, but as they should never go full woke-tard, they always do. So this time, Twitter is trying to go after Jay-Z and Beyonce for being white supremacists.
Okay, you know what? I feel like they're just... I don't even feel like there's a newsroom anymore. What I feel like there is a fucked-off version of Mad Libs that they fill out once a day.
I was going to go there, yeah. Basically Mad Libs. And white supremacy
Wait, were you
is
really
a requirement.
Say something about Mad Libs?
Yeah, because that's what it is. It's nonsense. I mean, Jay-Z... so Jay-Z, I'd say he's one of the top 5 most famous rappers in the world.
I'd say he's one of the top 5 most famous black people in the world, to be honest.
Yeah,
him and Beyonce are in the top 5.
Yeah, and he's not exactly the Black Klansman there. And then Beyonce, I mean, the last time we saw her, she was doing the Super Bowl halftime show, dressed up like a fucking Black Panther with her fist in the air and everything. I wouldn't call them white supremacists,
no.
But I'm not a Twitter tard. So Twitter tards do, and the reason is because they did some kind of a magazine ad for Tiffany and Company.
Okay, that sounds normal for a famous couple to do.
Yeah, it's actually a decent shot. It looks like
except for his hair.
I think he's supposed to look like Basquiat.
Jesus.
So Jay-Z's over there trying to look like that crazy artist with the crazy hair. And then Beyonce's trying to look... What is that? The Audrey Hepburn or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. We should probably pull this up. I'm confusing myself.
The point is they look nice. It's an ad for Tiffany's. Beyonce's sitting at a piano. They're clearly African-American. I mean, these are all things that you can see when you look at the ad. There's nothing unusual about it. They're not wearing hooded robes. There's nothing on the ad that says
there's
white
no burning
power.
cross in the background.
There's no swastikas anywhere that I can decipher. So yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to give away any sort of aura or aroma of white supremacy here.
Yeah, two wealthy, successful black people that are probably liberals. I'm pretty sure they hang out with fucking Obamas. But what you missed is that Beyonce is wearing a diamond necklace.
Right, because that is what Tiffany sells.
Yeah, it's a yellow Tiffany diamond. Apparently it's one of the most famous diamonds in the world. It's worth $30 million. Well, the problem is, apparently, people think that this is a racist diamond. It's not a blood diamond. You can actually look those up. The UN lists what's considered a blood diamond or not. But, I mean, people
Are we
consider
really
it...
going to go into the goddamn details about why people think that this diamond is racist? I get it. The diamond industry sucks, but it's not a blood diamond. Beyonce's not a white person, and neither is Jay-Z. So, really, they have no goddamn story.
I hope next time they cut like a commercial for like a watermelon company, and they have her dressed up like Aunt Jemima, and he could be Uncle Ben, and they could be like, "Look, is this good enough for you people? Are you happy now, Twitter? Are you happy now?"
For real. I would love, we should actually add something to the shop. Speaking of the bonfire shop, that just gave me a great idea. Let's create War on Morons Mad Libs.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say we could make a T-shirt with Jay-Z as Uncle Sambo.
No, Jesus, no! We're not the racists either. There are no racists.
No, it's parody, and it's provocative.
No.
Anyway. Moving on.
Oh my god. Woke Tard Mad Libs coming soon to a bonfire store near you.
Yes.
Alright, let's move on. Speaking of rappers in the spotlight, the woke mob's favorite artist nowadays, Lil Nas X, has once again found himself on the other side of sanity and taste.
What did he do this time?
Oh, well, he's bringing in a new level to his atrocities. He's now posting pictures online of him appearing to be pregnant.
That's so gross. How did he even do that?
I really don't know, and I really don't want to know, but he's claiming that his baby, Montero, is due September 17th, 2021, so any day now.
I mean,
this is either a publicity stunt or,
these days, honestly, don't tell Jen Psaki, she wouldn't like it.
It's not even that
men can get pregnant.
It's not even that groundbreaking. I remember 10 years ago, there was some dude on People magazine that was like the first man to get pregnant. You remember him?
Yeah, well, he was more like the first woman to do a sex change operation.
Yeah.
And keep the working parts.
So, it's really not that groundbreaking, but it is interesting to see a celebrity doing this, and it looking so goddamn disgusting.
It is
honest.
really, really gross. It's like he got some kind of prosthesis.
This is a Photoshop job. He needs to fire whoever did it. It doesn't look like a pregnant stomach. It looks like a tumor.
Yeah, he looks like one of those starving Egyptians or starving Ethiopians or whatever. All he's missing is the flies buzzing around his face and a fat white woman in the background asking you for money.
At least now we know that the devil doesn't use protection or believe in abortion either, because apparently...
he did get sodomized by Satan in his last music video.
I guess Lil Nas X chose the wrong time to...
God, Lil Nas X, everybody. What will he think of next? Well, what he won't do is he won't be performing in China anytime soon.
Why's that?
You'd
think they'd love him over there.
You'd think so, but China has officially banned sissy men from TV.
Huh. What a concept.
Honestly, I'm starting to warm on China just a little bit.
No, come on.
Just a little bit. So
you can't go to the communist side, for God's sake, just because they banned sissy men.
Look, I'm saying they've got some good ideas. Between China and the Taliban, we can pick up a lot of good stuff.
Oh my God. If we're not
now we're on another list.
We're on it now, for sure.
No, it's a whole new world now, because the government works with Red China and the Taliban. They're on their side. So now, maybe we're off the list. But no, China has officially come out and said this. The government has banned effeminate men on TV.
So whose job is it? I'm just imagining this is like the scene in A Scanner Darkly, and they have all these like government officials and employees who are tasked with watching all the TV programming in the country, and they have to determine if a sissy man is present so that they can murder everyone in the production studio.
And
then every few weeks you have to go in and talk to a psychologist, and they have to determine if you're starting to warm to the sissy men. If you do, then you have to go to a special retraining camp.
God, could you imagine if they had Netflix over there? These people would never sleep.
Oh, the new Cinderella movie would make Xi Jinping's head explode.
What are they doing to Cinderella now?
They got some guy named Billy Porter playing the fairy godmother, except he's a man and he's camp.
Is that guy that did the Jen Psaki video? Or is that
No,
some other?
that's a different guy.
How many of these fucking people are there?
Oh, there's so many. So many.
All right, well, it's not going to be seen in China. They've told everyone that they can only broadcast things that promote revolutionary culture. Yeah, you should probably be careful using the word. I mean, I know that the whole communist revolution thing, but when you're running a totalitarian state, do you really want to encourage revolution and to encourage all of your men to be, like, masculine and tough? Like,
that's a good point.
It's going to blow up in their face.
Yeah, you don't want macho men.
No.
If they could all become soy boys sitting at home with mommy and not even able to do their own laundry, that would be ideal for a totalitarian government in my mind.
And one of these days, like, these people that would end up like our American men these days, it's sissy men, instead they're just going to be pumping iron all day long, they're going to be pounding steroids, and they're going to be like, wait a second, bro, we don't like being fucking told what to do all the time.
Yeah, I can take that fat fuck Xi Jinping.
Let's rip the doors off the fucking presidential palace, bro. Let's go down to the, what's it called? The secret garden or whatever. What's it called?
I don't fucking know.
It doesn't matter. Xi Jinping,
I'm telling you, brother, one of these days, those sissy men, you're going to be wishing that they were still there.
Let's move on.
Okay, you're advocating for sissy men now. This is getting too weird, but we should probably move away from China, but I'm not going to.
Okay.
In an effort to turn their communist dictatorship into Hollywood's idea of the Bible Belt, they've also made a move to ban everyone under 18 from playing video games. Except from 8 to 9 p.m. on the weekends. So this is very similar.
Oh, nice. You get 2 hours a week of playing video games.
Right. 8 to 9 p.m. on the weekends, you may play video games if you're under 18.
I wish they'd do that in Korea. I mean, well, because then you could finally, like, play games and not have to worry about these little kids kicking your ass every time. No, like, that just goes back to the last story. They have no sissy men, everybody's a fucking tough guy, and they're not distracted by video games.
How are these kids going to learn military tactics? How are they going to learn?
I think that they'll just draft them.
Oh, well, that's probably true.
And invade America. I don't know. I'm starting to get a little scared of China.
I do understand, though. I mean, you don't want these kids playing Call of Duty or going on freaking rescue missions or kill missions in these video games. They might get a bit too strategic.
Yeah. All you got to do is just listen to Winnie the Pooh.
That's it.
Anyway, back to woke America.
Macho Winnie the Pooh.
I don't even know where
Winnie the Pooh for men. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So back to America, or what used to be America. I don't even know what to make of this. So a new children's book is trying to convince kids that it's okay to have an abortion. It's a children's book about abortion.
I don't think that's really a conversation that needs to be had with children, to be honest.
Very bizarre. So the book is called My Mom Had an Abortion.
It used to be that if a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old kid had questions about abortion, you called Child Protective Services because something was very, very wrong with that. And now we're writing children's books about it. Okay.
Yep. So the author, she's a mother of 2 living children.
Well.
And she also says she's been a child care provider for 30 years. So she wanted to write a book that, quote, I would have liked to read to my own kids when they were little. So apparently she wants to read to little children.
Listen to this. I very much wanted it to be like one of the dreamy conversations I have with my youngest late at night when she's trying to keep from falling asleep. What kind of fucked up conversations is this woman having while her child is drifting off to sleep?
How does she expect that this is going to keep the kid, let the kid go to sleep? I don't think the kid would ever sleep again.
No, my mom's a murderer.
You know how you could have a little baby brother or sister? Well, I cut them into pieces in the womb and murdered them. Sleep tight. Liberals are going to liberal. They're going to write crazy, insane books. This is a graphic novel, so there's pictures.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
I wonder if they'll sell it in Texas.
You know, it reminds me of that scene from South Park. You remember when they performed the abortion in South Park and they played like that fucked off music?
Jesus.
Do we have a clip that we can pull up?
I don't have one handy,
Damn.
but I think those in the audience probably remember it too. South Park has done some shit, huh?
Yeah, they called it all.
Simpsons never did that one.
Well, since we're talking about abortion, have you seen who's coming to the rescue of the pro-choice movement?
Oh, I have. Could it be Satan?
It is! Satanists may be the last hope against Texas's new abortion bill. Shocking!
Yeah. No, this is... I'm stealing it.
Fine.
This was the... I love this story because we mentioned Alex Jones earlier today. There's the whole meme about, Alex Jones was right and putting money in the Alex Jones was right jar. And I always think that he was going a little too far when he's always just calling everybody a Satan worshiper and, these devil worshippers, and then just fill in the leftist policy. But when the state of Texas passed the heartbeat law, the Church of Satan, laughingly headquartered in Salem, Massachusetts. So literal devil worshippers, they filed a letter with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration arguing that their members, so Satanists,
card-carrying
devil worshippers, should still be allowed to access abortion without any kind of regulatory action because abortion is a faith-based right.
You know what? Honestly, that's pretty insulting to Satan. I thought he was supposed to be pretty powerful enough that he could give you, magic powers and shit. You're telling me you need to take a pill to kill your baby?
Yeah, look...
Why can't Satan kill your baby?
Well, really, if you're a Satanist and you have gotten pregnant, shouldn't you be trying to bring the Antichrist into this world?
Yeah, honestly, it's against your faith to have gotten pregnant with a mortal. You should have been doing it with a demon at the very least.
Damn you to hell.
That's right.
Wait, I think that's a compliment.
Oh, yeah, I think they would like that. Anyways.
Anyway, we're getting a call here.
Curse you to Texas. There you go.
Ooh, they'd love that. All right, so we're going to call area code 831. You are on with the War on Morons. Go ahead and give us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, this is Pam in Santa Cruz, but I'm soon to be known as Pam in San Antonio.
What? Hi Pam, but San Antonio?
Yes, I'm moving. As it turns out, my home here in Santa Cruz is worth nearly $3 million.
Congratulations. So you're always talking about how great California is and how you love being the public school teacher of the year or whatever in Santa Cruz. Why the hell would you move to Texas?
Well, mostly because here in Santa Cruz, the one thing about it is it's such a historic city that even though I own a $3 million home, I only have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And it's under 700 square feet. And so I found out from some friends of mine that in San Antonio, I could buy a much larger house with a yard and everything for just mere pennies on the dollar.
I guess that's a smart move. You don't really seem like you'd fit in down there from
I'm not too worried about that. After all, so many of my fellow Californians are taking advantage of this, wonderful gold rush that has struck our state, no doubt due to the, phenomenal policies and strategic political aspirations of our leaders here in our state. I mean, if other states were smart, they'd be able to do this too. But at the same time, I do have to say that this new abortion bill does give me some pause.
I can imagine.
I mean, it really is going to dampen quite a few of my, lifestyle habits.
What, like, what you teach the kids at your job at the school or whatever?
No, my quarterly uterine cleanse.
What?
Yes, I have a quarterly uterine cleanse that I perform each quarter.
Uterine cleanse? That's... I don't know if I want to know the details on this. It sounds kind of icky.
It's not icky at all. I mean, really, it's charity work that I do. I get artificially inseminated once every quarter in case one of my gay friends needs a baby. And if they don't, I abort it.
Pam, that's one of the most that's one of the most vile things that I've heard on this show, and I've heard you get you get pregnant just so you can abort babies and give them to gay people.
I mean, I can't believe you're reacting this way. Although you're a man, so I understand that you may not understand what a gift it is to be able to provide life to those who, through no fault of their own, can't do the same.
I think it's their fault. I think that there's plenty they could. I mean, it's a whole different story. Hey, Pam, stop having abortions. That's disgusting.
I will not be told what to do with my body by a man. It is my body, my choice.
I mean, that was, frankly, a little disturbing.
It was demented.
I can understand why Texas doesn't want those people moving down there.
No. Yeah, honestly, they should pass a new law where you can shoot them on sight if they say shit like that. Fuck.
Ooh, bag 'em and tag 'em law.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of abortion, but once they grow up to become whatever she the fuck is, fucking, all bets are off.
What would that be, like a 200th trimester abortion? Yeah, sorry. I mean, she turned out retarded. You guys are okay with that, right, leftists? I know how you... Anyway, speaking of Texas, speaking of California, speaking of, whatever, I've got an idea for a new segment.
Okay.
And we've gotten some stories together for it. You guys at home can play along in the comments. Let us know what your pick is for the most poorly run place in the world this week.
All right.
So we've got a bunch of stories from different cities, states, countries, and yeah, we're just gonna go with them, and then you tell us which one you think. I guess, is it wins or loses? I don't know. Just which one you think is the worst.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm excited about this one. So why don't you kick us off?
All right. So this first one's not exactly a surprise. It's kind of the star in the middle of the bingo board for you. San Francisco.
Ah, there it is.
Yeah, so San Francisco is now paying people money to not shoot each other.
You know what? I feel like that's a really easy thing to con them out of.
Well, I mean, so it's called...
I mean, people get away with murder all the time.
Yeah, I mean, what, they have like 2 or 3 million people living in San Francisco? Probably more.
All you have to do is show up and say, yep, I haven't murdered anyone.
Yeah, I didn't shoot anybody today. Don't believe me? Then prove it. I'll give you 48 hours. But no, it's called the Dreamkeeper Fellowship. It's launching next month. And they're going to pay, quote, high-risk individuals.
10 of them, exactly, if I'm reading this correctly.
Yeah, a whopping $300 a month.
They're going to target 10 people in their entire city
Yeah, what a lottery. They're going to pick 10 people out.
They've got their pick. They're like, we think these 10 are definitely murderers, and we know exactly what to do.
And watch, it's like they're all. I guarantee, because they try to be all woke and they try to be all like, oh yeah, we're not racist. They're just going to be like, hey, you black guy, hey you Mexican, look, if you don't kill anybody this month, we'll give you $300. What a great deal, right?
I mean, they're out and about walking free on the street. Clearly, they haven't gotten caught yet.
Yeah.
How will they get caught now?
So, yeah, there's a lot that's stupid about this. One, the fucking premise. Two, the fact that they're only doing 10 people out of a city of millions, one of the biggest cities in the country, which is having a massive spike in violent crime right now. Three, that, I guess it's still the first two, but the fact that it's limited and that they're paying people to not kill anybody and that they're only paying them $300, what happens if they give you $300 in October for not shooting anybody? And then you spend that $300. You can probably spend it in about 2 hours on crack or heroin.
What if somebody steals $5,000 worth of crack from you? Is $300 from the city of San Francisco going to make you want to not shoot that person?
Well, what's going to happen in November when they don't give you the $300?
That's a good question.
Like, you'd be like, look, all right, well, maybe if I start shooting people again, then maybe they'll think that I'm high risk enough that next month they'll pay me again, and maybe they'll pay me a little more.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just probably the stupidest thing I've heard all year.
Wow. I don't know about that. I think it's hard to top, but I know just the place that might could do it.
Okay.
Let's go across the pond to London, where hipster climate change protesters dumped 120 tons of rubbish.
120 pounds of, what, trash?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
On purpose?
Yes. In order to protest climate change. They littered 120 tons, which is, I think, more than pounds.
Yeah, that's 2,000 pounds. I think if I'm right, if my high school math or science or whatever is right, a ton is like 2,000 pounds. I can't even fathom what that would look like.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands and thousands of tons of trash.
And this was like part of a protest of some sort. They were making a point to say, like, look at what we're doing to the planet, and then they just did it to the planet.
That's like if you went out and protested, I don't know, if you went out and protested the violence in the streets by shooting everybody in town.
Right, absolutely. It's ridiculous. I mean, I don't know exactly how the local authorities allowed this to happen. I mean,
I think you can kind of catch on, like when you see the first dirty hippie start throwing a bunch of, dumping a bunch of trash in the street.
Like once we get to 1 ton, 2 tons, we're starting to notice a pattern.
London's big. It's not that big. I mean, you should be. Maybe they just weren't properly equipped to do anything. The cops over there, they're barely even armed.
Yeah.
They're really, hey, I'm gonna chase you down and hit you with this stick if you don't. Oh, all right, you got away.
They're probably better off getting one of those sticks with the point at the end of it to pick up the trash as they go.
I bet that's what they did. They go, oh, sorry. I bet they got a few, Muslims or something that take part, and they're just like afraid to be offensive.
Oh my god!
Look, this is probably their culture. We just got here from Afghanistan. We've got to make him feel at home. I mean, this looks kind of like Afghanistan now.
Oh my god!
That's actually extremely stupid. 120 fucking tons of garbage. Well, back in the USSA, let's go to another of our old punching bags, Chicago. Not my kind of town.
No.
So Chicago is in the news because, well, they're idiots, and they have required all the school bus drivers to get vaccinated.
Sure.
For the COVID thing. And guess what?
You, too, can look like human zombie Lori Lightfoot.
Maybe that's how they should have sold it. Then look at her. She's the mayor. And look, I can tell you, nothing that we put in this vaccine can make you look any worse. Even if it kills you. But, no, I mean, as can be, expected and understood, a lot of these bus drivers didn't want to get injected.
So they quit.
Yeah, so, I mean, they had no choice. They quit. They got fired, they got suspended. I don't know. I didn't read that far into it, but enough of them left that, well, Chicago Public Schools doesn't have enough drivers to take the kids to school this year.
The law of unintended consequences.
It strikes again.
Yeah.
So what they're doing instead is they're giving a stipend. How much money? So they're paying families $1,000 payments plus $500 monthly payments for travel reimbursements to take kids to school. There's over 100,000 students.
What do you mean to take kids to school? What, like they're paying for the parents' gas money to like drive them?
If that's what it takes, if dad's driving them to school, guess what? You just made $1,000.
Oh.
And hey, next month we're gonna give you $500.
Okay.
Or if maybe you're too busy, maybe you don't have a dad. That's common in Chicago. They're roping in Uber and Lyft.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I guess they're deputizing Uber and Lyft to be kind of like Chicago Public Schools bus drivers.
I mean, grown women can't always take Ubers and Lyft for fear of getting kidnapped or human trafficked.
Wait, are you telling me that Chicago machine politicians would let children get scooped up by human traffickers?
I mean, the odds are much better in an Uber or Lyft than they are on a fucking school bus.
Yeah. So they're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. They're probably going to get a bunch of kids kidnapped. They're probably going to get kids killed and raped. But at least they tried to force people to take a vaccine that they didn't want that's not even approved yet.
Oh my God. It makes me sick.
That's pretty stupid, right?
Yeah. I don't even know if I can top that one, to be honest.
I mean, we can just call it now.
No, I got something. I got something.
All right.
I got something. I really dug deep. I dug deep, and I went to, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to top this, honestly. I went to Australia.
Australia. The land down under.
Yep.
Should I cue up some Men at Work?
Not quite. Because it doesn't really matter whether you're at work, on the toilet, in the bedroom, wherever you are, the Australian government demands to know. And now they're going to force their residents to send photos of themselves within 15 minutes at random times to prove that they're staying home during quarantine.
What?
Yep. Any given time, your phone could light up, you get a text, it's the government, and they want to know where the fuck you are. And you just telling them isn't good enough. And you just sending a GPS signal won't quite cut it. So what they're going to do is they're going to require you to take a live photo of yourself and send it to them.
To prove that you are where their GPS, which is already watching you, says that you are.
Absolutely.
So you better not go ditching your phone somewhere, Australia.
I mean, Christmas is going to have a new tone this year. You better not hide. You better not pout. You better not... He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
And like, it could happen at any time of day.
Love it.
3 a.m. I mean, that's when people could be getting up to mischief and like going for a walk around the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, happens all the time. I mean, God forbid you want to get some fresh air and you're sitting on your back
garden.
Illegal.
That's illegal in Australia.
Air particles,
That is the... Otherwise, if they don't do it, the police show up at your house?
In riot gear. Yes, full riot gear.
This is for a country that, it's been a while since I looked at the statistics, but like literally, like COVID's almost not even a thing there. Like I think they've had like 20 deaths this year or something like that in the entire country, the island country.
Just think of all the people out there who fucking are bad at texting. Maybe they're depressed after being locked in their homes for 2 years. Maybe they're, medicated. Maybe they're drunk. I mean, they're just trying to get through. They're being treated like hostages in their own homes.
Oi, it's your friendly government here. Need to see that picture.
I mean, I turned my phone off just to go to sleep.
You better not do that. Turn the phone back on. We need to see where you are. That's it. Here, you're in your bathroom. We won't see you. Are you taking a dump?
What if you don't
Number 1 and number 2.
What if you don't have a cell phone?
I think they probably provide them for you. I mean, Big Brother provides.
Man. What a deal. You get a free cell phone and personal security.
Like, I just know that there's going to be people that are going to be sending pictures back with a noose around their neck.
Yo.
Like, yeah, I'm here. I'm in my basement, hanging myself. Really depressed because everything you done to me.
Just grabbing a knife. No worries.
Just about to kill my family. They're really, really driving me crazy with this 23 hours a day mandated quarantine. I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this. Except for, I've got a story from Australia, too. So I think...
thought I really had it in the bag with Australia.
I mean, you might. That's really disturbing. From my understanding, that's just one state, though. That's just South Australia. So I'm going to go to Sydney, which isn't another state. I can't remember which one. I think Victoria. Doesn't matter. The point is, Sydney is one of, if not the most, locked down cities on the face of the earth. And nobody can leave their home. You can't do any recreation. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't put another shrimp on the Barbie unless it's a George Foreman grill, because you can't go outside. Well, in Sydney, the Australian police have violated the lockdown rules to host an LGBT office party.
I'm sorry, what?
An LGBT office party.
Why do you need to have a fucking sexual orientation office party? Isn't that is HR having a heart attack or what?
Gay is the way. So they've got rainbow flags everywhere. They've got like a rainbow flag placemat. Everybody's got some nice pink and purple balloons. A lot of them aren't even wearing masks. Ooh, there's a trans flag there too. And they're all together, no social distancing or anything. There's got to be at least 20 or 30 people in this picture. And they just, got together to have an office party to, to talk about how great being gay is.
Well, I'm sorry.
Close proximity, yes.
I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm. This is. First of all, you guys become evil overlords. I mean, you finally did it. You were one of the only developed countries in the world that has become like draconian overlords of your people. It's amazing. It's evil, but it's amazing. You finally did it. All the supervillains, Bond villains we've seen in movies, you've accomplished what they've only dreamed of. And what do you do with your freedom? What do you do with your power? What do you do with your overlordness? You have a shitty office party to celebrate gay? Just not gay people or gay rights or gay this or gay that, just gay. The theme is gay.
I don't even see anything here that was like particularly gay. Like,
no,
I mean, there's the rainbow flags.
As far as I know, the gays actually throw fantastic parties. This looks really fucking lame.
There's very poor decorating.
The food looks like they've got 5 mini muffins on the table.
Well, to be fair, every restaurant in the city's probably been shut down by them. But yeah.
They're all just standing there. It doesn't look like they're playing any fucking,
orgies
music or anything. No Elton John. No nothing.
No. They're just wearing pink and waving rainbow flag. They're not even waving them. They're just there. Like, is it just like they're like, look, if we say that it's gay, then, it's so woke that they can't get mad at us for congregating here.
Honestly, I think these people are stupid, not just for the fact that they violated their lockdown rules to do this. I think they're stupid because they violated their lockdown rules to do something really fucking sucky.
Yeah. You live in Australia, for fuck's sake.
I mean, nobody else is at the Topgolf right now.
Or like,
no
I don't know.
reservations are needed at
the
the
entire beaches are cleared. The best beaches in the world. Just go to the beach and throw a barbecue.
The section at the hottest clubs in town is open.
But yeah, hang out at the office and wear pink. Great job, guys.
All right, I have one thing that could top it. One thing. Oh yeah.
Okay, I didn't know we had anything left.
I didn't think I was going to have to use it. I was sitting on it, but you pulled out a good one, so just for fun. Let's throw in a Florida story.
Ooh, all right.
Palate cleanser at the very least, because I wouldn't be fair to leave them out of this segment, let's be honest. So in this story, a Florida woman has pulled a knife on a man after a dispute over her passing gas at a Dollar General. She was quoted as saying, "Gut him."
She's just like talking to herself, like, I'm good.
Yep. Apparently, this 37-year-old named Shanetta Yvette Wilson really took offense to the fact that the man behind her in line at the Dollar General complained about her noxious fumes coming out of her ass.
So, honestly, it's pretty rude on both of their parts.
Yeah.
But
sometimes, accidents happen. People...
Look, if someone lets it go, you gotta let it go.
Right, you gotta let let it go. He broke the code. You gotta not say anything.
She couldn't just be like, yo, you know what they say, you know, he who smelt it dealt it.
Right.
So why are you farting in line at the dollar store?
No. She pulled a knife out of her pocket and told him, I'm gonna gut you.
I mean, can you...
That's one way to deal with being insulted, I'll tell you right now.
That's just incredible.
We won't fight for our rights here in America, apparently, but we will fight a man in the Dollar General who says we farted when we did.
She should have just owned it. She should be like, yeah, I farted.
What are you going to do about it?
Oh, Florida. I mean, I gotta say, though, I mean, that's not really, like, it's not like Florida's fault. You can't pin this on DeSantis. Well, you know, maybe you can.
Swamp gas is a thing, okay?
Swamp ass is a thing, too. Especially down in Florida.
Yes.
All right, wow. So, stabbing somebody over unwanted... I guess every fart's unwanted.
Tell us in the comments, who do you think is the worst run region in the world this week?
You know, if I have to pick, I'm actually going to say...
No, you don't get to pick. Our viewers get to pick.
Well, I was just going to pick one of mine.
All right, you go ahead.
That way I can
put your vote in, but you're going to influence the viewers.
All right, everybody. So remember, I had San Francisco, I had Chicago, I had Sydney. Pick one of those. And
compelling argument.
Because they're bad.
Great.
I don't have any. Hey, speaking of terribly run places, it looks like we're getting a call from New York. So,
how'd they not make this list? All right. Area code 718. You're on with the WOM Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yo, it's Frankie Five Fingers. I'm calling from Brooklyn. How you doing?
Frankie Five Fingers. Quite a name you got for
Hey,
yourself
that's me.
there.
Yeah, well, no, I heard that last story you was talking about. I think I know a little bit about what was happening there.
Oh, really? You passed gas in public a lot?
She was fighting in line at the Dollar, was it the Dollar Tree or the Dollar General or whatever?
Yeah.
What she was doing it. Yeah. We do this on my TikTok channel. We talk about it all the time. You gotta make a distraction. And I mean, that sounds like that was an awesome distraction. I would work with her on my crew anytime. She was fighting. So everybody would be, all distracted by the fart, and they wouldn't be paying attention to what the other guy was doing. And he was just emptying all the fucking aisles of all the most expensive stuff and just putting them right in his pants. And then he probably snuck out the door while everybody saw the fart fight. So that's a great one.
Well, I mean, it didn't really work out for her, Frankie. I mean, she did get arrested for pulling a knife on her.
Nah. She's the decoy. The decoy can get arrested. It's not a big deal. We talk about this on my channel. We're always showing people the best ways. Because, I mean, it's a tough economy right now, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it's a tough economy if you don't grab it by the balls. And that's what I always say. That's what I always say in my TikToks. Listen, it's a tough economy unless you grab it by the catanets.
Frankie, how the hell do you grab an economy by the balls?
Well, you do that by finding ways to save money. So you save money on shopping by not paying so much. And one of the ways you cannot pay so much is you go to the store or whatever and you just take what you want. And and then you just kind of leave.
Okay,
and then, if you want...
That's stealing, Frankie. You can't give people tips on how to steal.
Yeah, we don't use that word on my channel. We don't say steal. We say we lighten the load the retail establishment. So it sounds like that's what this broad was doing. She was working in a team with another guy. I guarantee they watch my channel. I got so many subscribers. Another thing we do is if you want to get a free meal, it's real easy to get a free meal. You could do it the old-fashioned way, where you just go to the restaurant, whatever, you eat your meal, you get your drinks, you get a nice little buzz on, maybe you get a little to-go bag, you ask for a to-go bag, and then when they're going to go get the to-go bag, what you do is say, hey, I'll be right back, I gotta go to the bathroom. But instead of going to the bathroom, you just run out the front door.
Well, frankly, that's pretty low. I don't think. And besides, I mean, I think everybody knows.
I've done that to so many joints around here. You know, it's great because there's so many restaurants in Brooklyn. I mean, even after this COVID, I mean, a lot of them shut down. But you can always find another one of these small businesses, and you know, because these business owners are stupid. You know, they don't know how to take a hint.
Wait,
but
so
yeah, that's the old-fashioned way.
You're ripping off small businesses specifically?
Yeah, of course, because a small business can't afford security. You know, you go try that shit at the Western Sizzler. You know, some guy's liable to clothesline you when you're running out the fucking door.
Frankie,
you know, you do this at Joey's Pizzeria. Was it? Yeah, you know, whatever. But yeah, so that's the old-fashioned way. The new-fashioned way, you want to get a free meal. And this one, I just did a TikTok about this one last week. Everybody, it's you know, make sure you follow me on there. It's Frankie Five Fingers. That's 5 with the 5. But anyway, what you do is you call the restaurant, right?
Okay.
And you say, hey, I was in there yesterday. It was during a lunch rush. You remember me? I was, you know, the Muslim guy. And you know, they ain't never gonna remember. There's a lot of people go there at lunch rush. You say, yeah, I was over there, and I ordered the bacon cheeseburger. And I specifically said, don't put no bacon on my bacon cheeseburger on account of how I'm a Muslim. And you know, us Muslims, we don't eat bacon. Well, here's the thing. I got it to go. I get to the job site, and, you know, I sit down to eat my lunch. I only got so much time to eat the lunch. I took a big bite out of that burger, and then I tasted something salty in there, something fatty in there, and I looked down, and you fed me swine. You fed me you gave me pork, and now I'm gonna go to hell because of you, and I don't really know how to handle that. And kind of being a Muslim, you know, I might could make something blow up down there. And they get so, hey, you know, maybe something could happen is what I say. And they get so worried. They say, look, we'll do whatever we can to make it right. We'll get, you know, they give you money. They give you all the free food that you can. I had a place last week give me a couple bottles of liquor. I mean, they don't even understand a Muslim don't drink liquor, but I do. So it worked out for me. And that's a new fashioned way. What's that?
This is making my stomach turn. I mean, everything about this is fucking revolting. And frankly, it's unoriginal. I mean, I don't think people really need to be taught how to steal. If they're determined to steal...
It's not stealing. You know what? That's enough. I had my plug. I got my plug in. Everybody, follow me on TikTok, Frankie Five Fingers, and that's 5 with the 5. All right. Frankie out.
You know what?
I was taking notes.
Is this what TikTok has really devolved to? Just criminals?
Well, I thought TikTok sucked. I don't have one. I thought it was just like a Chinese spy app. But, I mean, that guy has given some really useful hints. I want to save money. I want free stuff. And Frankie, was it Frankie 5? At Frankie 5?
Come on, you're not going to get TikTok to watch this shit. Come on.
Well, I mean, can I just, like, watch it, like, do they post it anywhere else, or do I have to get TikTok?
I don't fucking know. Why don't you ask Frankie Five Fingers?
Because you were talking to him.
All right. Well, I wasn't really interested in his programming.
All right, moving on. So lately, one of the best sources of hope in a world gone mad, and let's just be frank, one of the best sources of entertainment, too, has been the viral videos coming out of our public school board meetings from all over the country. We had a really good one last week. Remember that dude that was peeling his shirt off?
Yeah, but, I mean, since when are public school board meetings filmed and broadcast?
I think they've always been filmed. They've just always been really mundane, really boring. But now, like, people feel like they've got no other outlet to, like, well, I mean, now that we know what's being done in the schools, you know, with the fucking critical race theory and the crazy, like, trans garbage and everything. So, anyway, people are using it as an excuse to speak out. Well, I might just have the best video yet. It's not somebody talking about masks.
Okay.
It's not somebody talking about vaccines. It's not somebody talking about CRT.
What, did they just start fucking in the middle of the meeting? I mean, the last guy stripped down like he was at on a pole.
Yeah, I'm just going to let the video speak for itself.
All
I think
right.
this is a good one, so let's just watch this.
You answer to us, and I'm asking that you do not pass this policy in Virginia.
Thank you so
in
much,
this
Ms.
county.
Thomas. We do appreciate you.
Betcha, her name's Karen.
Phil McCracken. Phil McCracken.
So the guy's calling the names for the next person.
Oh, I see what's happening here.
Sulk. Sook. Mahidik.
Oh no!
See how long it takes him to get it.
Ophelia McHawk.
What?
Ophelia McHawk.
None of these people are
Eileen Dover. Eileen Dover.
Eileen Dover?
Don Kiddick.
I don't get that one.
No.
I mean, Dong Kick?
Don Kiddick. Wayne Kerr.
Wanker.
Wayne Kerr.
Somebody gonna tell him.
Tasha Tunstall.
What?
Tasha Tunstall.
I don't get that one.
Melissa Dart.
This is a poorly
Melissa
done Bart
Dart.
Simpson prank.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mo would have,
Aaron Sorkin.
Alright, at this point, these just sound like real names.
Aaron Sorkin.
Alright, well, you guys get the point. So somebody filled out the list of all the names that he's supposed to call in, and they did, like, the Amanda Hug and Kiss and shit like that.
God.
And this stupid school board member couldn't figure out he was being pranked, and he just sat there for 2 or 3 minutes reading names, and he was just, like, thinking in his head, oh, man, this is weird. Nobody's raising their hand. Not even, I'm a dick licker. Like,
oh my god, that's
Yeah.
really nice. I love that. Love to see it. All right, well, if you thought that was some abuse of the English language, frankly, Florida International University has some demands for their students you might just find interesting.
all right.
So they are demanding that their students avoid saying words like husband, wife, or you may kiss the bride.
So are they basically telling him not to get married?
Yes.
This is like a Rodney Dangerfield routine?
Absolutely. Any sort of non-inclusive language is now being banned or, well, technically discouraged, because we can't technically ban speech, but we can try. And so they're banning language such as waiter or waitress, or steward and stewardess, or words like freshman at a university. Freshman is a word that we should avoid. Manhole.
Oh, manhole. I think that was in our last segment. Manhole. Is there a manhole here?
Oh my god. Here's the thing, like they have suggestions for replacements in case you were curious. So instead of saying freshman, you should say first year.
Okay, so you want to talk like a weird robot now.
Yeah. Instead of man-made, you should say artificial, human-caused.
When you're talking about the fake science of climate change.
Artificial human-caused instead of man-made. Imagine that. Instead of saying like a man-made wonder, an artificial human-caused display.
I mean, they're talking like Data from Star Trek.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So, these are the same kind of people that, again, to go to the lead story of the day, they want to pretend that there's no such thing as men and women. And they also want to tell us that men can't talk about abortion because they're not women. It's just why you guys gotta be so crazy?
Pick one.
What's wrong with you? Florida International University. How is this?
It's not even a real school.
Ugh. Florida International. Anyway.
I don't know a damn person who went to FIU.
No. I've seen their football team a couple times. They're terrible. Although I did see, at one time they played against Miami and there was a huge brawl and a dude was beating another guy in the head with his football helmet.
No.
Oh,
a person was beating another player in the head.
Yeah. Well, it was really good, and the announcer got too into it. Mm-hmm. It was like, "Oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I call football." It's it looked like a barroom fight. Anyway, as stupid as that last story was, I've got a couple here in this next one who can probably appreciate not saying words like husband or wife.
Why? Are they getting divorced or something?
Kind of. Let me just read the headline. This is from The Sun. I divorced my lesbian wife for cheating. now he's transitioned and we've remarried as husband and wife.
Okay, so first of all, it seems like this person actually really likes gendered labels. I mean, they used the words husband and wife way more times than I would have in that headline.
And I'm still extraordinarily confused. So
how does transitioning into a man fix the cheating issue?
So I guess these are two women that were...
That's actually perfect. You know, lesbians a lot of times tend to have poor opinions about men. So this actually makes perfect sense. This is gaslighting 101. Oh, honey, I couldn't help that I cheated on you. I'm not a woman. I'm a man, and that's what men do.
And then she just bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
And if you don't accept that about me, you're a transphobe, so...
You can't divorce a transgender, because then you're a bigot.
Right. That's how it works now.
Yeah, so...
You know, honestly, this is sick.
It's really weird. It's two ugly lesbians that got married to each other, and then one of them turned into...
These people look way too old to be playing this sort of shit.
I mean, the one that transitioned, she looks like General Flynn now.
Oh my god.
They're gonna love that one.
Like, instead of transitioning and getting gender reassignment surgery, maybe she should have gotten some fucking braces. I don't know.
Maybe she should have got some psychotherapy.
Yeah, that too.
So I don't know. We could break this one down, but I just like the headline.
Love it.
It's like that. I'm my own grandpa.
And finally, speaking of unexpected homosexuality,
is that like the Spanish Inquisition? No one expected unexpected homosexuality.
DC Comics is making Superman gay.
Okay, that is unexpected.
It is.
I mean, that's got to be peak woke-tard, right?
Yeah, you know,
Superman.
Lois Lane, fuck her.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Although the name Lois, I mean, is it really a woman's name?
Maybe she transitioned into a man.
Maybe they were hinting this whole time. It's practically Lewis.
Trading her out for Lewis. Actually, it looks like trading her out for Batman.
Oh, well, you know. What would those two be? Two bears? I don't know what that would be.
This has just left me speechless. Like, it's like they're trying to, they're like, look, what can we do to destroy our properties even further? I mean, we made a bunch of shitty movies that nobody liked, but I mean, we still kind of made some money on them. We kind of came back with that Wonder Woman thing. I know, let's take our biggest, most popular character, the like manliest man, and we're gonna turn him into a gay.
Oh, well, you know what? Actually, I have one bit of information that could make this make a little bit more sense.
Okay.
All right, so technically, this isn't the original Superman that we're talking about. This isn't Clark Kent. No. His son, Jonathan Kent, is going to replace him as Superman.
What happened to Clark?
I don't know. He's retiring or dead or something. And so Jonathan Kent is going to replace him as his son. He's inherited all of his abilities, and he happens to be gay, as all sons now are. Apparently.
If only Superman wasn't spending all that time, saving the world. He could have raised his kid better.
If he'd have been home with his son, being a positive male role model.
Apparently Lex Luthor got to him and molested him.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, just look at Lex Luthor. I mean, if anybody in DC Comics is gay,
honestly,
it's the bald man.
You put that origin story together with the tragic upbringing of Batman being raised by Alfred after his parents were killed. You have the gay love story of the ages. It all makes perfect sense.
I'm just seeing here, I'm looking at the article. So apparently, not only are they making gay Superman, they're killing the original Superman.
Oh, well, yeah.
So, I mean, he's too all-American, he's too manly, it's just not going to fly.
We just can't deal with the homophobia, let's be honest. We'd rather skip over that whole awkward
That would have been a good issue, right?
Yeah.
Superman, the difficulty of gay Superman coming out of the closet.
Coming out to your father, Superman.
He's got laser vision. If he doesn't like it, I mean, it's gonna hurt more than your last date, buddy.
Oh, man.
I don't know. What's next? What else can they gay up? If Superman's got to be the end, right?
I don't know. I think they could gay up almost anything at this point. I'm surprised we don't have a gay president yet.
Well, you forgot about Obama.
Well, he's not out of the closet, though. That's the thing. We need an out and about president to really bring this thing.
I think
around.
Biden should take one for the team.
I agree.
Yeah, bend over, Biden. Anyway, that's more than enough of this. We were getting another call here.
Oh shit! All right. Well, let's see. It can't possibly get any worse. All right, area code 206. You're on with the War on Morons. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, it's me. It's very helpful. And I'm calling you from Ding Dong Land.
Barry.
Yay!
You know, could we just not do this today? Okay,
What do you mean? No, we got it to Dr. Ding Dong said that you wanted us to call and do the mailbag.
We never want you to call, Barry.
No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the mailbag. So you be quiet.
Every number you called us.
Shut your mouth. I'm gonna play our music now.
This is why.
Live from Ding Dong Land, it's the one and only, the greatest guy on television for everybody out there is Dr. Ding Dong. Yay!
Hello there, kiddos. It's me, Dr. Ding Dong.
Dr. Ding Dong, I've told you repeatedly, this is not a children's show. There are no children here.
It doesn't sound like one of the kiddos. It sounds like I'm talking to the War on Morons.
Yeah, you called us.
It must be for the mailbag time. We're going to do the new segment now on your show where we all open up the mailbag. Is that right?
Dr. Ding Dong, that's wrong. You need to do whatever crazy
all
shit
right, I
you're doing
can't wait. It's very helpful. Why don't you reach in the mailbag and see what we got today?
Okay. All right, let's see. We got a lot of mail, Dr. Ding Dong.
All right, well, go ahead and pull one out.
Okay, here we go. This is from one of the kiddos in Boise, Idaho, and his name is Timmy, and he's 6 years old. Okay?
Yeah. Tell me what little Timmy in Boise wants to know about. We'll tell him anything.
Okay. So Timmy said, I heard that on the War on Morons that Superman is gay. What's it mean? What's that mean?
You want me to answer why Superman's gay?
Yeah, what's that mean?
All right, kiddos, why don't you have a guess? Who out there in Ding Dong Land can tell me about homosexuality?
Hopefully no one.
And it doesn't look like anybody's hands are up in the air, so I'll tell you all about gay Superman. Superman, that's when one daddy, he takes his wee-wee, it's dangling right between her legs.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, kiddos. Yeah, look, why don't you pull him out? Look
Stop
at
it!
Yeah, and he takes his ding-dong, and he puts it in another daddy's boo-boo hole.
Oh, come on, Dr. Ding Dong!
Oh, I know what a poo-poo hole is. That's where my poo-poo comes out.
Stop,
yeah, you know, very helpful. And then,
I couldn't let that go on. I mean, that was wildly inappropriate. So, Jesus, how do they even keep reaching us? I don't even fucking know. But yeah, no, had to cut that one. Those, I don't know who those people are, and I'm still not convinced that they're real, but if they're out there, I do think that they should be arrested.
Why do we have I mean, they're not going to do this as a regular bit, or are they like the mailbag?
I mean, I would fucking hope not. I don't understand why you would want your children interacting when they're watching Dr. Ding Dong at all, to be honest.
I mean, I've seen some weird stuff on like public access, and
you know what? If you are liberal and for some reason you couldn't get an abortion, and you had a kid, I feel like that's the kind of kids that are watching Dr. Ding Dong these days.
They're just hoping that one day he just tells them to go off themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that note, everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's been fun. We'll see you next week for episode, 98?
98.
Awesome. All right, see you next week.
Bye.